And this is when I noticed the boy who's been watching me. He's maybe 10 or 12 years old, dark skin, dark hair, and 3 huge brown eyes, all 3 of which are directed right at me. What followed was a long and wildly disorienting journey with this boy who has 3 eyes. Happy Hollow Dream, everyone! This month, this channel is entirely devoted to strange, mysterious, spooky, and scary dream-related topics and stories, including if you die in a dream, do you die in real life? Let's discuss. Let's get the quick and easy answer out of the way first. Then I'll dive into why I think that death dreams may actually be tapping into parallel realities and parallel deaths. I think the easy answer to this question is, how could we possibly know? We can't overlook the obvious fact that if someone dies in a dream and their body really dies, they're now dead and therefore can't wake back up like, OMG guys, I just had a dream that I died and now I'm dead. Like, for all we know, they were Freddy Kruegered and we're all out here like, oh, how nice, they died peacefully in their sleep. But at the same time, there are plenty of us who have died in our dreams and woken back up into our physical bodies feeling just fine. So the easy answer is, who knows? Maybe? However, I think there could be a lot more going on with death dreams, as I've had a few that were so scary, wild, sad, and jarring that they left me questioning the nature of parallel lives and parallel deaths. The last time I had a dream like this, I died so hard that my soul left my body and traveled aimlessly around the afterlife until I slowly came back into this world. And when I finally did, I felt out of it for days. It was quite possibly the most wild experience I've ever had. And it presents to me a whole new dimension to this question, which is, if you die in a dream, did you just experience a parallel reality death? And could part of that parallel self that just died in their timeline then hitchhike back into your consciousness when you then wake up from that wild and crazy dream? Now that is strange and mysterious. And this, my friends, is what makes this the perfect topic for Hollow Dream. Now come with me back to my dream. Ooh. So I'm in the back seat of a pickup truck with my dogs. My brother is in the front, driving. I know this stretch of highway well. There's a crispness to the air and the leaves have lost their green vibrancy and are starting to change color. It's early fall. There's road construction going on, so we're just listening to music, chatting, and slowly creeping along in the one-lane traffic. I'm feeling totally content. It's a nice day and the windows are down. The sun feels so good on my skin. We're just enjoying the slow and easy ride. When suddenly out of nowhere, a semi-truck comes screaming and slamming into the side of our truck. And then, time stands still. It's surprisingly peaceful, and my dog Marty is now suspended in the air and moving in super slow motion, the way that astronauts do in anti-gravity situations. Marty's floating and slowly inching towards the front dashboard, and when I reach for him, I realize that I am also slowly floating towards the front of the truck. And this is when I notice I'm not strapped in. I'm not wearing a seatbelt. We're in suspension for what feels like forever, and a surprisingly serene moment between life-changing moments where time does not exist. Where in 1 second life is good and long and happy, and in the next second it's over in a crumpled, twisted mess of metal and tragedy. But between those seconds exists a never-ending moment that is stretched out in time. It's like a liminal space where I know the very next second, nothing will ever be the same way it once was. While inside this slow motion moment, I'm having all the feels. I'm shocked and horrified at what's happening, but I'm also holding on to this moment for dear life because I know it's my last moment of life itself. Suddenly, time slams back into place, and I feel myself being projected out of the back passenger window at the speed of light. I go flying at top speed into the woods next to the highway. In the distance, there are sounds of crunching metal, jack brakes, breaking glass, and a girl screaming. I'll never forget the horrible, gut-wrenching screams of that girl. Now I'm woefully aware of what's happening. I just died in a car crash, and I was forcefully thrown outside of my body. I'm grateful that I experienced the death as painless, but I am very aware that my body is still operating on its own inside that vehicle when I recognize that screaming girl's voice as my own. And for a second, I'm feeling very lucky that I was projected from my body before actual physical death took place, because at least I didn't have to feel it. But that gratitude ends in a swift panic. What do I do now? I'm completely disoriented and wondering, where is my brother? Where are my dogs? I know I'm dead, but it isn't at all what I expected. It's a moment full of terror and heartbreak and longing just to get back to where I just was to make sure everyone's okay. So after some moments pass in this panicked state, I feel myself calming down. How much time has passed? I really have no idea. All I know is that everything is different now. And this is when I notice the boy who's been watching me. He's maybe 10 or 12 years old, dark skin, dark hair, and 3 huge brown eyes, all 3 of which are directed right at me. What followed was a long and wildly disorienting journey with this boy who has 3 eyes through a bardo state that could easily be compared to an acid trip. I experienced every emotion you could imagine while wondering what was happening to my body back on Earth. How much time had passed? Was my brother here with me somewhere? Or did he survive the crash? Was he still back on Earth? How were my parents doing? Had they lost both of their children or just me? I pondered these things for so long they stopped affecting me emotionally. For all I knew, thousands of Earth years could have passed while I was here, surrounded by trippy colors and geometric shapes. Sometimes I was walking around, but mostly I was just floating and existing in one place. Eventually, I woke back up here on Earth, inside this body. But it wasn't a sudden and easy waking. It was a slow and groggy one, where it took me a while to take stock of my surroundings and remember where I was. I felt around for my dogs. Okay, they were there. Everything was okay. I was okay. I hadn't actually died. Or had I? I felt off for many days after this dream, and I shared this dream in a lot of different dream groups to get some feedback. Still, to this day, I wonder if I peeked inside an alternate death. Had I experienced an alternate parallel self dying? Had we somehow merged for those last terrifying moments of that parallel self's life? And was that parallel self still sticking around here in my consciousness, haunting me? Now there is a concept, being haunted by your own ghost. Netflix, contact me. Really though, it makes me pose the question, when we die in dreams, are we witnessing a parallel version of us dying? Does part of them then wake up into this life with us? The same way that we shared their final moments, are they able then to come over and share part of our moments? Did our consciousnesses merge to die and travel the afterlife together and then wake up slowly and groggily into this world? This is not the only dream where I've died and felt like I've woken up connected to another parallel consciousness. If you'd like to hear those dream stories as well, let me know in the comment section below. This all sounds absolutely crazy, right? But it would explain how this dream stuck with me for days. I really felt like I had experienced all of these things. I believed I died. I was lost in the afterlife. It was wild. And to this day, when I drive by that spot on the highway, I am extra careful, especially now that it's fall again. Dreams like this can be warning signs of the future. So if you have one of them, be extra careful. If you have dreams that are so specific, you know the people that are in them, and you know the place where it happens, and you know the season, and things are so specific like this, be extra cautious. I know I'm gonna be extra careful not to let this fate play out again in this timeline. Heck no, it was not fun. Seriously though, what do you think? I love stretching the boundaries of how I think of reality, and I know that dreams have a huge part to play in that. If nothing else and I'm totally wrong, at least it makes for a wonderful hollow dream story, am I right? If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the other Hollow Dream content coming up leading up to Halloween. Until next time, happy dreaming! What did the parent ghosts say to their kids before a road trip? Fasten your seat belts. That one's kind of fitting for this video. So what did the ghost buy at the bar? Booze. What do ghosts use to wash their hair? Shampoo. And I'm gonna go use some right now. See ya.